Okay, now Okay, so now we visualized a call option, and what we're doing here is we're visualizing a put option. And what you'll find out is that a put and a call option end up looking like mirror images of each other. By that I mean they are flipped. The reasoning they are flipped is because of that same thing we learned earlier, the fact that a call option is the ability to buy a share or a stock at its original strike price, whereas a put option is the ability to sell at that original strike price, which tells you, because you're able to sell it at that original strike price, when that stock loses value, you are given the ability to sell it for more than it's worth. And by selling it for more than it's worth and exercising your option, you are able to turn a profit. Now remember, no matter what, if things don't go your way, and the stock never does as expected, and if it's a put option you're expecting it to lose value, then you know that the worst you can possibly perform on your profit and loss side of things is you can make this negative $10. So worst case scenario, you bought an option that ends out losing you $10. Now if the stock performs as expected and it starts to lose value heading this way, what you know is that as it goes beneath that $40 strike price, you begin to break even. Once it's covered that $10 original investment, you have broken even. Okay, and then at every point beyond that, you are continuing to turn a profit, such that by the time, should it happen, I've drawn a terrible line here, I apologize for that, this is supposed to go through 30, should the stock end up becoming worthless in today's market and come down to this $0 point, well, fortunately for you, you decided to short it, which means you have the option to sell it for that $40. Selling it for that $40 makes you this $30. Doesn't make you 40 because don't forget you put a $10 investment down in the first place. And that's it. It's that simple. Alright, so now we know that options exist, that they are something you can invest in, but you need to understand why options are on the market in the first place. And the reasoning that options are on the market in the first place is because investors, just like you and me, are putting them on there. What that means is there's somebody out there, some investor, who is writing the option. Or in layman's terms, it means that there's somebody out there who thinks selling you that option is a good deal for them. They are betting against you. And that will make perfect sense here once we visualize it. So writing covered options. A covered call is used to generate income from investors who think stock prices are unlikely to rise much further in the near term. That is a covered call. A covered put is the inverse of that. They don't think that those stocks are very likely to fall anywhere in the near term. Okay, so let's visualize that. Now, as we remember, a covered call means that you expect the stock price is going to increase, which means that if it doesn't increase, if you bought that call for this $10, reminder, profit loss, and this is the price of X, then if you bought it for $10 and that share price does not increase in value, it means that you automatically have lost $10. As soon as you hit that strike price, you begin to minimize your losses and eventually turn a profit. Now, like I said, somebody out there is selling you that share price, which means somebody out there is agreeing that they will be the ones to buy back those shares in the future at whatever price you decide to sell them at, should it come to that. Or in simpler terms, they think that you're full of crap and that share price isn't going to go up. It's going to stay low, and they are just going to make 10 easy bucks off of you because you are a sucker who doesn't understand the stock market. So what that ends out looking like is the mirror image. So where the call was this line going up with infinite amount of potential upwards, the covered call, or the writer, is that mirror image of that, okay, who's betting against you, saying that I'm taking 10 easy bucks. I don't care that there's a lot of risk for this stock to go downwards towards infinity. I know that it won't, so you're going to buy my option. You're going to pay me 10 bucks, and as long as you don't exercise it, I'm going to keep the 10 bucks. All right. The last bit of information you need to know about options is that as options become more volatile, they become more expensive. If you need a definition of volatile, it just means a high degree of variance between each stock price. So sometimes the stock is really low, sometimes it's really high, and there's wide amounts of disparity between each of those prices. Now, the reasoning that stock options become more expensive as they become more volatile is because, like I said at the beginning, options derive their value from change. Volatility means there's a lot of change going on, which tells you that as the volatility increases, the chance for change increases, which means the chance to make a profit off your option increases. Vice versa, the risk for whoever is writing the option also increases, which means they are requiring you to pay more in order to take on that risk. That is the end of this chapter. I'm so proud of you guys for making it this far. Let's keep chugging it along. It's just a little bit more to go, and